The question is weight loss over 40. Now, if you're not over 40, you don't understand this. Believe me, I'm currently over 50, mid-50s, born in 1965, and it makes a huge difference when you get to that age, this age, my age. Age is older than this. And the reason is you need to be super technical. Your body is not the same as it used to be, so therefore we have to do everything right. And when we were younger, we could mess up, I guess, along the way, eating improperly, just doing a little more exercise, whatever it took. It doesn't work like that anymore, and it's not going to. So my name's Dean Larson. You stick with me to the end, and I will tell you how you can get my entire course for free, holding nothing back, everything 100% free, and point you to a video as to why I'm doing that. It's for a good cause. Anyway, so what do we need to do when we're over 40? Well, actually, we need to do exactly the same no matter what we age are, but it's just so much more important over 40. It's you've got hormone issues, you've got nutritional imbalances. For instance, if you don't have your hormones at a proper level, you're gonna have more body fat than you are gonna have muscle. If your thyroid's not right, you're not gonna be able to burn fat. So we have got to eat or consume the nutrition that we need to keep all these processes the way they were when we were younger, and actually rebuild them back, rejuvenate, regenerate, build them back to where they were. Now, we're never going to be the same. I found that out. I've been fighting this for years, and I think I'm doing a good job, but it just wears on you. Okay. So, what are the basic concepts that we're going to have to deal with when accomplishing this goal? Number one is, remember, we're talking about losing weight, not weight, we're talking about losing fat. You need to keep muscle, lose fat, keep your energy, and make your body better, okay? Number one, what we need to do is we need to eat high nutrition, low calorie, or tons of dense nutrition in the least amount of calories. And I'll tell you why that matters when we go over the basal metabolic rate and how that affects things. So high nutrition, low calories. We need to get all of our nutrients in every given day. We need to sleep right. Sleep is so important, unbelievable. But if we get our nutrition right, our sleep will be right. Everything will fall in place. But it's all going to start with nutrition. When you see my next video that I give you everything for free, you will see that it's like, wow, you know, why isn't this out there? And it's so frustrating because the more you look online, the more confused you get, the more things that are out there. 37 ways to do this, 22 ways to do that. Really? Come on. It doesn't work like that. If a surgeon takes and cuts your body open, whether he cuts my body open or your body open, the appendix is going to be in the same spot. There are not 150 different ways to do a thing. Yes, everything works. Some things work better than others, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is the things that work better. So we're going to eat for nutrition. We're going to eat low calorie, high dense foods. We're going to avoid the high calorie foods so that we can. When we're going to talk about the BMR and why that's important, and we're going to stick to whole foods the way they were created, because that's going to get you get rid of the processed foods, and a lot of your problems are going to go away. Now, funny thing is you go online and you look at these big weight loss companies. I'm not going to name any of them because I don't want to be on any enemy list, but they're going to send you a box of processed foods. And that is just not the solution. That is the anti-solution, okay? My mom was in one of those big programs for her whole life. And guess what? They don't make money unless you're with them a long time. Maybe many months, but hopefully years. Their goal is to keep you in their system for years. Well, it shouldn't take that long. It should take weeks. Well, some people it's going to take months. But years, really? No. Not if you do this right. And I'll tell you how all that stuff works when I go over basal metabolic rate, and I keep bringing that up, and I'm sorry. So we're going to eat foods the way Mother Nature intended, and guess what? You're gonna feel great. They're going to taste good. You're going to be full, and it's all going to work out for you. Okay, so What's the most important things we do? Well, I used to say it was pack all your foods for the day, but in reality, the truth is we must be able to take action. Now, what I've done is I've taken everything, my whole system, and boiled it down to, I give you everything, like all the backup materials, stuff like that, but I boil it down to like 3 pages of, here's your meal list, here's your grocery list, here's this, go do this, get started, get this thing going, and then do the research as to why you're doing it, as you're seeing the results. So it's take action. Number one thing, take action, okay? And after this video, you can go take action for free, 100%, okay? We got to focus on those foods we talked about. We are going to, if you can afford it, we are going to have to buy some I don't want to call them supplements. They're calorie-dense nutritional products, okay? And they're in there as well. We can't get enough, we really, it's almost impossible to eat enough fruits and vegetables. So we're going to have to get some of that from calorie-dense foods. When we're on a calorie restriction, we're going to probably have to supplement with some protein, okay? If you can't afford this stuff, and when we get to my course, I'll tell you this, if you can't afford it, we're going to work around it. But if you can afford it, and you will be able to afford it because it's less than what you're spending right now. We're talking about a whole day's worth of eating is $20-ish a day. I mean, we're talking everything included. And it's not stuff you buy from me. It's none of this you buy from me. I just tell you where to get it and how to get it, and it's going to make 100% sense to you. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to need to make sure we're fully hydrated. Why do we need to be full? What's fully hydrated mean? Well, fully hydrated doesn't just mean drink a lot of water. It also means you need to have the nutrients in your body to hold that water, to get them in the cells. Some of those things are your sodium intake. You're going to need some sodium. We're not going to cut that all out. That would be a disaster because your body needs this stuff. But you're going to want to hydrate right away in the morning. The reason you want to hydrate right in the morning, you've gone 8 hours without 6, 7, 8 hours without really bringing any liquids into your system. You've been expelling them, but not replenishing your body. So I come from a farm in the Midwest, and when our batteries go dead, got this little thing, we put water in them, charge it, store it up, and boom, it's ready to go. Water promotes electrical currents. Your whole body is electrical currents. Your body's 70% water. It's electricity. It's what makes everything click. Okay. So now let's talk about BMR, basal metabolic rate. Basal metabolic rate is the rate at which your body burns calories just as a subsistence type of level, meaning that if you did nothing except just get up and walk around and eat and not do anything, not even really hardly even think, just basal metabolic stuff, keep yourself alive, how many calories does your body need to sustain your body? And there's many complex ways of doing it. You can count your calories, you can do this, you can do that, but and none of them are going to be 100% accurate. So let's just figure out a simple formula. Once again, keep it simple, take action. So let's take a 150-pound person, male, female. Well, let's 150-pound female. Your basal and all this is in the materials. Your basal metabolic rate is going to be 150 at a 0, 1,500, plus another 150 plus your body weight. So you're going to get about 1,650 calories for basal metabolic rate. Now, here's what people don't get. That there's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. So to lose fat, you need to burn 3,500 calories. A pound of muscle only has 600 calories, okay? But let's stick to the pound of fat. Pound of fat has 3,500 calories. So to lose that pound of fat, you've got to create a deficit within your body of 3,500 calories in a given time period. If it's a week, 35 divided by 500 a day is 7 days. You will lose a pound of fat a week. Now, it doesn't sound like much because you're used to hearing 20 pounds a week. Well, that's all water. It's all nutrients. It's all a big head game that they play on you. Okay? Yeah, you're gonna, no matter what you do, when you straighten out your diet, you're gonna lose that 10 or 15 pounds of waste products getting out of your body in the first 2 weeks. Hallelujah, great. But then we got to start losing fat. 3,500 calories of fat, or in a pound of fat. Our basal metabolic rate is 1,650, so we got to either go down to 1,150 calories a day, which we do not do, because you can't sustain the type of nutrients you need to live on 1150 long range. You can be done, but we're not going to do it. It's too dangerous. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our calories down a little bit, and we're going to get our activity up a little bit. Now, activity up a little bit, do I have to lift weights? No. I choose to, many people choose to, but you do need to move more, whether it's cleaning your windows, cleaning the floor, going for a little extra walk every day, going up and down the stairs a few more times, parking further away from work, at your breaks at work, going up and down the stairs. Whatever it takes to do a little bit extra, we're going to do that. And I put a whole video together on the best at-home exercises for melting fat, where you don't spend 1 cent to get what you need to do, and it'll for the folks that you're not currently going to the gym, you're not currently running, you're not currently doing a walking thing. We've got to do something. Okay, we're just going to move a little bit more. Not major changes, but when you bring your calories in, get your body right, and move a little bit more, it's going to make a huge difference. Okay, so we're going to do that. So based on metabolic rate, if you don't create that deficit, I know people that run 5 miles a day that can't lose weight, and it's because they're not eating the right type of foods. You can run till you're blue in the face. You can work out till you're blue in the face. It doesn't matter if you want to lose that fat, you got to create a calorie deficit. Period. So, what are the basic principles? Oh, let's go back to whole foods versus processed foods. Okay, so there was something done called an apple study, right? Real original. Apple study. They took 10 healthy people, and they each gave them 3 apples. Okay. The first one was given the 3 apples, had to eat them regular, okay, like an apple. Took them 17 minutes to eat the apples. Totally just full at the end. Couldn't eat another thing. Fully satisfied. No real spike in sugar levels. Then they took those 3 apples, made them into applesauce, and the person ate it in a minute and a half. And they could have eaten more. It's like a something you'd eat before you'd eat. And then the last person, of course, they made it into juice, 3 seconds down the gullet, and there was absolutely very little, if any, hunger satisfaction there. So the point is we're going to go back to eating those things whole, the same calories, but we're going to eat them whole so that we and I lay this all out. I mean, I do meal 1, 2, 3. I give you everything. You will not think. You will not have to think. Okay. Another thing, grapes. You take a cup of grapes. It's got 109 calories in it, and you take the water out. Same cup of grapes is 400 and some calories. 4 times the calories by just a little bit of processing. Okay. Now you take those into raisins. Take those raisins and you make some type of raisin pie, and now you're into the multi-calories, thousands of calories. Okay. So we're going to go back to the basics. Okay. And we're going to do those type of things. Now, we're going to take the type of principles we're going to need to get through this thing is we're going to have to understand that you didn't get the way you are, and the way you are is just you're not satisfied. Otherwise, you won't be watching this video. You didn't get to the point you are, and I'm going to call it overweight, fat, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter. It's not a bad word. If it didn't happen overnight, it happened gradually. As a matter of fact, you look back and it's like, what the heck? I mean, it just, and if you're over 40, you may have had the kids, or maybe you're like me, who the kids created such a schedule for you that you just couldn't get things right. I'm going to help you balance those things. So we're going to do that. We're going to make it easy. You're going to pack all your food for the day. It's going to take you 15 minutes in the morning, except your evening meal, and I'll show you that. That won't take long to make either, but I'm assuming you're going to be home and be able to take care of that. If not, we'll pack that as well. So, but it's going to take patience, all right? You're going to have to look at what I'm telling you to do. Just do it. Get all the background material that I'm going to give you, videos, PDFs of everything, all of it for free, okay? And you're going to have to follow uniformity. Am I going to eat the same things every day? Well, yes and no, but you'll see the variety. Right now, you're eating the same things every week, every 2 weeks, every month. Just look at it. If you write your foods, what you eat on the calendar, what you eat every night or whatever, you eat the same things also. Plus, if you're eating out, there's only 3 or 4 places you eat out at. So you're eating the same stuff. But my variety will fill up a whole table with all the different things. Okay. Yes, uniformity. Am I eating the same thing every day? When I'm trying to lose weight, now keep in mind, losing weight and keeping the weight off are 2 different things. Once you get the weight off in 30 or 60 days, maybe 90, depends on how heavy you are, it's a whole different story. We can loosen up a little bit, and there's a very simple principles to make sure you never gain that weight back again. Okay. But we've got to be realistic, okay? It's going to take some time. Right away, you're going to see great gains because you're going to get all the toxins, you're going to be cleansed, okay? And don't be fooled that that first 15 or 20 pounds is all fat, because it's not. I told you, 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. But a pound of fat, you throw a pound of hamburger on the table, it's a lot. Throw 3 pounds of hamburger on the table, it's a lot. So you might look up 3 weeks later and you're probably 15, 20 pounds lighter. And that's great, and you don't have the bloating anymore, and you're all cleared up that way. But we still need to keep going. It's going to take a little more time to get you to your ultimate goal, I would imagine. Depends on what it is. So patience, uniformity. We're going to pack all our foods for the day. We're going to eat small meals. Going to spread them out throughout the whole day. I've got the times, the hours in between, everything for you. Why do we do that? Number one is we want to constantly give ourselves nutrition because we are taxing our body with a calorie deficit and or extra activity. So we've got to make sure we get all the nutrients in our body so there's no breakdowns, because that doesn't do anybody any good. So we're going to get the calorie, we're going to get the nutrition. And they're going to be small meals, so your stomach's going to shrink. Okay? Pretty soon, all the foods that I tell you to eat in a day, you may not even be able to eat all those foods, or you're force feeding yourself because you know you need the nutrition. Pretty amazing if you stick with it. So most of your hunger pains are based on mental, okay? Because think about it, your body craves something because they need something, and if you can go straight to the whole source and knock it out in 70 calories, or your body's got to go through a whole bunch of junk food to get the same thing, it takes 2,000 calories of junk food to get the same nutrients your body's craving, then you defeat the whole thing. So we're gonna get our body everything it needs. You shouldn't have physical cravings. Yes, you may have mental cravings. Yes, you may smell something, see something, whatever. But we're gonna have ways to overcome that as well. We're gonna drink enough water. We're gonna make sure that we move on a regular basis. And we're gonna try and get better every day. You know what? If you're like me, like I said, 53, 54, 1965. My kids are out of the house, finally, hallelujah. Miss them, but they're out of the house. I've got a little more time, and you can do other things. Maybe you can go back to school. Maybe you can take some classes. Maybe you can, do the things that you wanted to do, because you're going to have the energy now, and you're going to have the time, because you're not going to be scrounging around looking for food. Okay, so let's do those things. We're going to get fiber in our system, so it cleans out your colon. That's where half the problems are. And keeps you full. And then you're going to see this work, and once you know something works, when you know something, you're never going to fail again. Okay, so the power of the mind. Once you know you can do something, you're always going to be able to do it. Okay, so I promised if you stick with me to the end, like you did, thank you. I'm going to tell you, there should be my website on there, howtoeatforweightloss.com. Go there. Put your email address in, boom, I'll send you the meal plan, I'll send you to the site that goes into everything we eat in a day, in more detail than what I'm talking to you about today. This is vagaries, but it's good stuff. Where to get, what to eat in a day, a grocery list, where to get the nutritional items that you're going to need, how much it's going to cost for the whole day for the extra nutritional supplement type things. You're going to get the entire course that you can get in PDF. It's going to be on videos, however you learn. So take everything I'm giving you, lose your weight in record time without driving yourself crazy. Tell your friends, I'm doing you a favor, you do me a favor, give me some support, and is that a deal? All right, great talking with you. See you soon.